It all started right here on Facebook in 2012. A guy sent me a friend request and I accepted him. We were casual friends for months till we bonded later through constant interactions. We are from the same state and hometown. Now, check this. He was in a relationship at the time. We became friends, but I wasn't. He was a nice guy. Hey, by the way, guys, this story is by a lady, all right? It's very important to chip that in. So let me continue. He was a nice guy, fun to be with, and very humorous. So I so enjoyed chatting with him almost every day, especially when free at work, locked in the traffic, or on my way home and into the night. We call each other daily at least 3 times. We will gist about everything in the universe. Childhood stories, life issues, our vision, families, our jobs. But the only thing he didn't like talking about was his relationship. I let it slide since we have our friendship going on well, but I do feel bad sometimes. I wondered what time he has left to spend with the lady because we are always on the phone together at night. My family called my attention to it teasingly. This one that you're always on the phone with, is he your fiance? No, I snapped. Your boyfriend? I endured the trouble of defending myself to convince them we are just friends. My mom will wink. One day, he didn't call me as usual, and I was restless at work. I tried to discipline myself not to call him, but I just couldn't. I got tired of glancing at my phone, so I called him, and his phone was switched off. I felt at peace knowing that it must be power problem. He called me later in the day and was almost screaming, "I miss you, Esther. I love you so much. I had flat battery, that's why I didn't call you during the day." My heart jumped into my throat. What? Did you just say I love you to me? Love you too, missed you, I replied. The conversation had to end there. We couldn't continue. We both just spilled out the content of our hearts. I sat down and felt goosebumps on my skin. Am I stupid? What has come over me? What poison did I just spill out? Oh my goodness. I was moved to tears. I felt like putting my head down and giving it many knocks. My mood was gloomy throughout the day. So he called me later in the evening. He was all joy. "Hey Esther, why are you cold tonight? What's the issue?" he asked. "There's nothing," I replied. "Don't you feel like talking to me tonight?" "Not really, but I'm just feeling stupid," I replied. Because we expressed our love for each other? Yes. I mean it, that I love you, he repeated. "I love you too, but why are we at this point? Why are we together?" He started narrating how he wished he had known me before proposing to the other lady. She's not sociable, she's not blah blah blah. But aside all those issues, the truth remains that you are in a relationship, so we shouldn't be like this together. Fine, I understand we started our friendship on the plain note, but obviously it's no longer so, I pointed out. We ended the conversation. I cried. How did I get to this point? I opened up to my mom that I am emotionally entangled, that's the word right there, with a guy. I called my friend. At this time, he had become a friend to my family on the phone. Our first meeting was at the redemption camp. My mom advised me to keep off. How will I do it? I reasoned. I sat down and reasoned with my brain. Even if this guy is not in a relationship, does he pass for the man God has revealed to me? No. So why am I hanging out? Why am I hanging around him? I devised a way to stop him from hanging unnecessarily around me. If I can't marry him, why is my emotions driving me nuts? After personal conference, I don't know, do you do that as well? Have a conference with yourself? After personal conference, I regained my lost sense. This is an emotional relationship. He needed me for his emotional support because his fiancée was boring and I was single and needed someone to talk to. So I applied withdrawal method to break off the web because I applied withdrawal method to break off the web before falling headlong into physical expressions. Withdrawal method, which is what we're talking about, right, is a rule of self-discipline. He would call, I would ignore. Sometimes I would pick but sound very straight and casual. If he complains I didn't call, I would tell him sorry, but still wouldn't call the next day. If he tries to express his love for me, I would ask him about his fiancée. I started advising him to initiate conversation with her since he is the talking type. Right, he's sanguine. Gradually, the daily conversations turned to weekly to monthly till the cobwebs warded off. I must confess, the tussle within me was difficult, but it is self-discipline. Sometime later, he got married to the lady. I got married 2 years later. I guess that's a good place to end the story, right? Now, my question to you now is, that is Esther's way of, will I say, dealing with or overcoming or getting out of an entanglement? But what is your own way around it? Praiseworldradio.com.